I can show those items to Gerda, perhaps. That was odd. She looked at us as we came into this. I assume it's a chapel.
Perhaps it's an illusion caused by the colored lights from the window. But this chapel gives Gabriel a sense of something truly mystical. Candelabrum flanked the altar. Candles flanked a plain wooden altar occupies the center of the chapel. A cushioned kneeler at the bottom indicates that the altar is a place of prayer. Perhaps a plain,
Trying to look at the cushion.
A magnificent stained glass window depicts the legendary battle between St. George and the dragon. Perhaps.
Okay, well, I don't see a way out here, so is this place really just 3 rooms? The main hall, the bedroom on the left-hand side, and this chapel.
3 panels hang from each side of the chapel. Gabriel cannot determine what their purpose might be.
That one looks like hair being cut.
3 panels. There are pews on both sides of the center aisles. There are 3 panels. 3 panels hang. 3 panels.
Okay.
The pews look uncomfortable. Gabriel would rather not sit there. Doing that with the panels would not help. The candles are already lit, and Gabriel does not want to extinguish them. The stained glass window does not work that way. Gabriel does not have a reason to kneel at the altar right now.
Get the same thing on the left-hand side.
The altar does not work that way. The window does not open. Doing that doesn't.
Okay. Can I show Gerda some of the stuff that I picked up?
At the moment.
Can't do anything with the souls.
Can you tell me about this scroll?
It is the scroll of St. George, patron saint of England and of the Ritter family.
Gabriel doesn't want to handle the scroll too much. It's very old.
Maybe I need to read it in there. Like recite it or whatever. Why is she looking at us? I see this bowl here and I think, yeah, okay, I picked up a dagger. Maybe I can bleed myself and put my blood into the chamber pot. That seems like hair and that seems like it's been cut. Or a tree root or something, but my immediate thought was hair.
St. George.
There's no reason to put the scroll on the altar.
Can I put anything on the altar? Like this pot, perhaps?
Gabriel does not have a reason to put the chamber pot on the altar at the moment.
We're getting a unique response there, so I assume we're going to have to do that later.
Putting that on the altar would not help.
Like, that's generic, but we get something unique for the chamber pot.
There's no reason to put a dagger on the altar.
Or is there really a loss of dialogue here? No, okay.
I am not cutting my hair without a mirror.
Putting the scissors on the altar would not help.
I am not cutting my hair without a mirror.
That was different to what you said in the bedroom. Okay.
Again?
Yeah.
Tell me.
There we go, new subject, chapel panels.
What can you tell me about those wall panels in the chapel?
The hangings? They describe the Schattenjäger initiation ceremony.
Here we go.
Tell me about the Schattenjäger initiation ceremony.
Each young man of the Ritter line must go through the ceremony when he dedicates himself to be a Schattenjäger.
But what does the ceremony do?
I do not know, Herr Knight. The only people present are the old Schattenjäger and the new. But I think it must be similar to a priest's ordination or a wedding, a ceremony of intent and oath.
You.
Is there a problem, Herr Knight?
You said wedding. I'm okay now.
Come on, Gabriel. This looks like it might be significantly more painful and or more hardcore than your typical university initiation, just saying.
Is there anything else you can tell me about that initiation ceremony?
I really do not know any more about it, Herr Knight.
I'm guessing we need to go through it ourselves without any guidance.
Tell me about
What would
just
Wolfgang ask?
We're not going to get anything else. Can I go through here?
Gabriel has no time to explore Rittersburg. He's got pressing business inside the castle.
Okay, well, we've learned about the panels. Maybe I'll do something slightly different now in here.
According to Gerda, the panels outline the Schattenjäger's initiation ceremony. The first panel shows hands and water. The second panel shows hair and a knife.
Yeah, I kind of guessed that immediately looking at that. So we could go back to our bedroom, wash our hands perhaps, cut our hair.
The third panel shows a chalice on a table with ocean waves in the background.
Is that us putting the chalice on the altar here?
A magnificent...
Ocean waves, unless we're putting it at the windowsill perhaps.
The fourth panel shows a knife and a few drops of blood.
Lovely.
The fifth panel shows someone kneeling.
We kneel before the altar and recite the scroll.
The sixth panel shows a scroll.
That's what I get out of that. We wash our hands, cut our hair. Maybe we put the hair in the chamber pot. We place the chalice here. We put a few drops of blood in there and suture ourselves afterwards. We kneel and then we recite the scroll. I'm guessing that's what we have to do to... What would that even do though? I can't imagine that would open up a secret passage or anything. Maybe it'll just help us get a good night's sleep. We don't have a basin here or anything, do we? Do we have any running water here, Gerda?
Yeah.
Is there?
Okay.
The cabinet holds a few items for personal grooming.
This has got to be it, surely.
Thinking of the second chapel panel, Gabriel cuts his hair.
I hate this. There, that's plenty.
And we've dropped the scissors.
I'm not picking up those scissors again. I cut my hair enough.
Right. Is our hair in the pot?
The chamber pot is old, but clean.
Hair is not in the pot, okay. I don't see anything that I could use to sanitize my hands. Can I put this here?
Putting snow in the chamber pot would not do much good.
Can I clean my hands in the snow?
If I took the snow, it would just melt in my pocket.
Also, it's not saying anything about snow here. It just talks about the view. Okay. I did not think of trying that earlier.
Outside the window, there's a nice thick ledge covered with snow, and it's only slightly off color, rather like Gabriel himself.
Be nice, narrator. That's got to be the first panel.
Thinking of the first chapel panel, Gabriel washes his hands in the snow. The doors.
I've done them out of order. Does that matter or not? Find out soon, I guess. Let's put this here.
Thinking of the third panel, Gabriel puts the chamber pot on the altar.
Hopefully it's clean enough for what we're doing here. Alright, here goes.
Thinking of the fourth panel, Gabriel holds his arm over the chamber pot and nicks it with the dagger.
Oops, nearly hit an artery.
Gabriel has a sense that he's missed something about that third panel. The altar isn't going anywhere. The third panel shows a chalice on a table with ocean waves in the background.
Ocean waves.
A plain wooden altar.
Or I can try kneeling and reciting the scroll, but I don't think that'll do it.
Thinking of the fifth panel, Gabriel kneels at the altar. Thinking of the sixth panel, Gabriel reads the scroll.
St. George, patron of the light, who hunts the shadows of the night, upon my blood I call thee now. Purify me, for I avow to set my feet upon thy road. Thy sword I take up for mine own.
Nothing. Gabriel has the sneaking suspicion that he's left out something. Perhaps that's why he does not feel any different.
Right, so I've placed a chamber pot, chalice here.
A plain wooden there's a chamber pot on the altar. The chamber pot contains blood.
So dramatic. Can I take it?
The chamber pot is hardly a chalice, but it's the best Gabriel can come up with at the moment. He decides to leave it on the altar.
Okay.
The third panel shows a chalice on a table with ocean waves in the background.
A chalice on a table. This is a table. The table is not going anywhere. With ocean waves in the background.
Gunter.
Okay, I've got to admit, this one has got me stumped.
Gabriel is already trying to find a proper use for the chamber pot here. Doing that with the panels would not help.
Ocean waves? Sound?
Talking to the chamber pot does not seem quite right.
What about questioning it?
Talking to the... That would... That... The altar... The chamber... Gabriel... Candles flank the altar on either side.
We'll need to extinguish these, perhaps?
The candles are already lit. Putting that in the chamber pot does not seem to make sense somehow.
Is that a shaker of salt?
There we go.
Yeah, salt.
Mind if I take it?
No.
Thanks.
Ocean waves. Salt water. You would think, though, that maybe combining that with the snow back at our room would be a good idea.
The shaker of salt is nearly full. Gabriel doesn't want to open the shaker until he's ready to use the salt.
Or else I can't think of anything else to do.
Thinking of the third panel, Gabriel pours the contents of the salt shaker into the chamber pot.
We didn't get any points for it though.
Thinking of the fifth
Alright, let's try again.
this. Thinking of the sixth.
St. George, patron of the light, who hunts the shadows of the night, upon my blood I call thee now. Purify me, for I avow to set my feet upon thy road. Thy sword I take up for mine own.
It worked. Something's happening.
No, that's a vacuum cleaner, dude.
Oh, excuse me. I was just vacuuming. I did not know you were in here.
Oh, that's all right. I've done about all I can do in here anyway. I give up.
You look tired, Herr Knight. Why don't you go to bed?
Sure, why not?
I will clean everything up. You need not worry.
I can't believe I cut my hair for nothing.
And you're jet lagged. That night, Gabriel dreams. The dragon.
Your soul smells, Gabriel Knight. You seek to be Schattenjäger.
I do.
You must first burn away the past. How much sin do you have to burn?
At least 42.
You have used people all your life. Never committed to anything. Turn back now, and I will forget that you asked for this. No! There are only two things that redeem you. First, that you have bitter blood in your veins. Second, that 3 women have loved you purely. You asked to start on the path, so shall. But you will not be a Schattenjäger until you have earned it.
How?
I cannot show you the path, but I can tell you that you will have to let go of the greater part of yourself, Gabriel Knight.
No problem.
Yes. Now you asked for purification. You shall have it. Oh, no!
Freaky. Fortunately, I couldn't really pay attention to a lot of that. I was struggling to listen to the audio. I might do a little cut here and put subtitles in. Day 8. Inside a hidden chamber where I had no right to be. I found the wheel at last. Or could it be the wheel found me?
What a night. I'm sore all over.
But do you remember what happened, Gabriel? We had a chat to a dragon. The dragon told us that he heard us. He knows we want to be Schattenjäger. And there was a lot there. Wash away your sins, purify yourself. I think I heard something, 3 women loved you purely? I don't know. I'm going to pause here, and I'm going to see if I can find a transcript of that cutscene. I'm kind of annoyed that there's no subtitles there because I need to go looking for them. I'll be back in a sec. Alright, just having a read of it now. You must first burn away the past. My immediate thought on that was we'll burn stuff in here, but no, it looks like it was all happening within the dream. You've used people all your life, never committed to anything. Yeah, that's basically us. Once again, 42. There are only 2 things that redeem you. The first is the risk of blood, and second, yeah, I thought I heard this. 3 women have loved you purely. Who are they? I assume one's Malia. I assume the second might be our grandmother or our mother. Wait, that might be 3 there. I've got a feeling one of them might be Grace. I mean, it's obviously not that type of love, but Grace genuinely cares about us. Dragon says you asked to start on the path and you shoal, but you will not be a Schattenjäger until you have earned it. I cannot show you the path, but I can tell you that you will have to let go the greater part of yourself. You ask for purification, you will have it, and then the dragon blasts us with fire. We get a sword, and that sword turns into a key. Alright.
I don't believe it. It's the key from my dream.
He remembers the dream.
There's a key on the small table.
Can I take the scissors again?
I'm not picking up.
Alright, fine. Gerda, we had a very bad dream last night. Like, much worse than the ones I normally have.
Guten Morgen, Herr Knight. I'm cooking your Frühstück.
Breakfast.
Good German breakfast. Please, feel at home.
I understand some German words, chat. Frühstück means breakfast.
So, what do you do when you're not puttering around the castle?
Every day
Have you worked?
for...
Nothing new there.
Can I?
Yeah,
I can't tell you about the dream directly, but I can tell you about the key.
You wouldn't know anything about this key I found in Wolfgang's bedroom now, would you?
key? Why, no, Herr Knight, I cannot say that I do.
You wouldn't know any.
Key? Why, no, Herr Knight.
Yeah, maybe there is a much simpler explanation for how that key appeared there. Kind of a cool sequence though. We do all that, nothing happens, but we go to bed and we fight as if we were St. George against the dragon. No, not that key. This key.
The large brass key is ornately shaped and must weigh a pound at least. There's nothing written on the key.
I assume this is the library. It has to be.
It fits.
There we go.
The archway leads to a short hall and the door to Wolfgang's bedroom.
Gerda's never been in here.
More colorful tapestry soften the stone walls here. Two tall, narrow windows provide daylight to the dank room. Just by glancing at the spines, Gabriel can tell that this is one of the most priceless private collections he's ever seen. Talk about a bibliophile Shangri-La.
I get its quality over quantity, but honestly, I was expecting something much larger.
An ancient shield hangs on the wall. Just by glancing, talk about the candles for nighttime reading, perhaps. Just by talk about. These shelves contain history books. Gabriel peruses the titles with interest, but nothing jumps out at him. These shelves contain books and documents about a Ritter family. Journals, diaries, record books, deeds, something to peruse extensively when Gabriel has more time.
You would think we have all the time in the world right now, though. Waiting for Wolfgang to get back, we're out of New Orleans. The only thing that we might need to worry about is Grace.
These shelves journal something. These journal something. The bookshelf. Gabriel wouldn't know which history book to read. Although it probably won't shed any light on Wolfgang's whereabouts, Gabriel picks up a book from the Ritter section. The book is entitled Malleus Maleficarum, The Witch Hammer, dated 1486. It's a witch hunter's manual from the Inquisition.
I'm not sure I'm really interested in knowing about some of my ancestors.
If you're serious about this, though, let's read all of these someday.
Although it looks like a very old diary of the wife of Ritter Schattenjäger. Interesting. It seemed that her husband, one Freiling Ritter, had rescued this woman from the clutches of the Marquis de Sade himself.
This family tree really goes way back.
Who?
The Ritter documents are fascinating, but Gabriel is determined to stay focused on the task at hand. Although it probably...
I'm not sure.
Although it probably...
This
No idea who that is. If I should know, let me know.
These texts are in German. You really have to learn the language now.
And then once you're done, you can teach me.
These. Gabriel does not read German. At least, not yet.
Maybe in the sequel.
These shelves contain books on religions of all kinds. Gabriel peruses the titles with interest, but nothing jumps out at him. This part of the library contains books on the occult, necromancy, witchcraft, demonology, lycanthropes. Research material any good Schattenjäger needs, Gabriel supposes.
You got any of them voodoo books?
These shelves display books on geography. A title catches Gabriel's eye. People's Republic of Benin by Lowell Cali.
I assume that's where we're starting.
These shelves contain science books. Gabriel looks at the titles curiously, but they're all a bit too technical for his taste. Gabriel, just by glancing at the stock of these are
Alright, back shelf there. What's on here?
There are books on sociology in this part of the library. Gabriel peruses the titles with interest, but nothing jumps out at him. These shelves contains books on archaeology. Gabriel peruses the titles with interest, but nothing jumps out at him.
I'll try interacting with these, but I don't think they'll go anywhere.
Gabriel would not know where to begin with the religion books. Gabriel isn't interested in the science books. Gabriel wouldn't know where to begin with the sociology books. Gabriel wouldn't know where to start reading the archaeology books.
Alright, so what about witch hunting and whatnot?
Although it probably isn't connected with the case at hand, Gabriel picks up an occult book. It's a book on lycanthropes, shape-shifters. The book claims that lycanthropy is not uncommon. Supposedly, there's been evidence of apparently normal human beings turning into various beasts throughout history, including some famous trials from the Middle Ages. Fascinating. Gabriel's made a few women turn into beasts himself.
Narrator, please.
Although there are many forms of vampirism. One is associated with a blood disorder and is not supernatural. Another, also non-supernatural, is based on a form of insanity. Of supernatural vampirism, there are also several varieties, including inherited, communicative, and a vampirism used in black sorcery power drawing ritual.
Then, too, there's always law school. These books are fascinating, but I'll have to hope I get time to read them all later. I don't see anything here that will help me with Tetela.
Although it's a fast.
Alright, we're looping. What of this book?
Gabriel pulls out the book entitled People's Republic of Benin and scans through it. The People's Republic of Benin is an area of rich and diverse cultures and a proud heritage. Before slaving devastated many tribes, this area was populated by some of the oddest, fiercest, and most powerful tribes in tribal Africa, the Fans, the Dahomies, and the terrible Agris. The book The Primal Ones by John Roots provides insight into these fascinating cultures.
Alright, so we're hunting around the library, aren't we?
These shelves Gabriel recognizes a title, The Primal Ones by John Roots.
Settle in.
Gabriel takes down The Primal Ones and opens it. In contrast with the peaceful nomadic tribes of northern Africa, certain tribes of the southwest were vicious and xenophobic. This part of Africa is called the Red Basin area because of the vast amount of bloodshed that's occurred there over the centuries. In this one area of Africa existed in a perpetual state of war and raiding, some of the most powerful and efficient fighters the world has ever seen. Why did this region inspire such violent behavior? To understand, one must look even further back. See Ancient Roots of Africa by Earl Lee Days.
Earl Lee Days. Really?
These Gabriel Peru. These Gabriel. These shall Gabriel look. These are titled. The Gabriel. This research. These shelves contain history books. Gabriel recognizes a title, Ancient Roots of Africa by Earl Lee Days.
How can the narrator read that with a straight face?
Gabriel removes Ancient Roots of Africa and browses through it. The ferocity of the tribes in the Red Basin region is traceable to their predecessors. In Egyptian time, 4000 to 2000 BC, this region was ruled by powerful sun worshippers. We know a little about this mysterious cult by the remnants of ruins far older and of a culture far more advanced than any that exists in Africa today. See Sun Worshippers by A. Curate. These shelves contain books. A title catches Gabriel's eye. Sun Worshippers by A. Curate.
Were all of the author's puns, and I didn't recognize the first one?
Gabriel takes down Sun Worshippers and scans it. One of the earliest religious practices was that of sun worship. The most powerful cults of sun worshippers lived on the continent of Africa. The African sun god was violent and terrible, and so became his worshippers. They practiced a particularly bloody form of ritual sacrifice. The homeland of this ancient cult is still considered a sacred site of power. See Ancient Digs of Africa by Professor Seymour Shards.
Who wrote the first book? I have to know.
This just talk about the a title catches Gabriel's eye. People's Republic of Benin by Lowell Cali.
Locally. Alright, it's got to be down here.
These Gabriel recognizes a title, Ancient Digs of Africa by Professor Seymour Shards.
And what about this one? I missed this one.
There are books Gabriel recognizes a
John Roots. Yeah, okay.
Gabriel takes Ancient Digs of Africa and opens.
Not a fan of these puns.
The most fascinating archaeological site in Africa is the Great Snake Mound in the People's Republic of Benin, located 50 miles south of the capital in the Red Basin. Like the snake mounds of North America, the origin and meaning of these great mounds remains a mystery, though clearly they were the results of profound and urgent spiritual belief. Unlike other snake mounds, the African example is a double snake mound, a small snake ring within a larger snake ring.
We've heard of that.
The mound is thought to have housed an ancient temple. Although archaeologists have explored the mound site, the interior remains largely unchanged from ancient times. This is partially due to stringent government regulations and partially to local superstitions. The local people regard the mound with fear and will not go near it.
A double snake ring?
Gabriel flips furiously looking for a picture.
Oh my God, it's a wheel within a wheel.
Gabriel decides to hang on to the Snake Mound book.
There was a lot there, and I've got to be honest, most of it went over my head. Like trying to make connections between those books, going back to ancient Egyptian times and whatnot. I might need to do a bit of a review on that while you're not looking.
Ancient Digs of Africa by Professor Seymour Shards.
Seymour Shards, that's a terrible name.
Gabriel opens Ancient Digs of Africa. The most fascinating, like the snake, unlike, although this is part Gabriel.
We've got to imagine this is where Wolfgang went, surely.
The double-ringed snake mound in the People's Republic of Benin. Creepy, isn't it?
It's a little bit too low res to be creepy. But, I mean, that was written on Hartridge's research notes. So maybe this is the, I don't want to say birthplace of the Getty tribe, but maybe it's somewhere that is culturally significant to them. Maybe this is where we can find Tesselo's remains. I've got to imagine that's where Wolfgang went. If that's the case though, I'll be going to Africa. Because if so, I don't remember that.
The double ring creep.
Alright, have I done everything that I need to do here? Possibly. Can I talk to you about this book I found, Gerda?
Can I
Yeah,
tell me about...
what? As you... It is a troubled family.
Tell me...
Schloss Rede.
Tell me...
I was...
You wouldn't...
Key?
Nothing new there, so can I just show you the book?
I found this book in the library. I think it might tell us where Wolfgang went.
Africa? You think Wolfgang went to Africa?
I know he did.
Then I shall make you a plane trip right now, yeah?
Well, I guess so.
Dang.
Good, good. My poor Wolfgang. You have money for the plane, yeah?
Mosley is going to kill us, if he's still alive. If he's not alive, then that's fine.
I know. We can use this credit card.
Terrific! I will go make the call. Then, while we wait, breakfast.
Does that mean I get some coffee now?
Mosley, your credit card details have just been stolen. Oh wow, day 9. That was abrupt. And then the wheel went round and round. I could not find my way. 12 and 3 and turn the key, I heard the madman say. 12 and 3, that would have been very useful many, many, many days ago when we were trying to open that damn clock.
Wheel within a wheel.
You want I stay here, right? It's a long walk back to the city.
Yeah, sure. Wait here, please. Maybe a while, though.
No problem. I could use a nap.
Just don't go urinating somewhere and complaining about parking tickets, pretty please. Day 9 already. I was not expecting these days to be so short.
The Jeep was one of several private taxis trying to pick up business at the airport. The driver knew exactly where the Snake Mound was located, and his rates were very cheap.
And yet people are superstitious about this sort of thing.
The jeep driver has settled into his seat for a nap. Gabriel is on a rise overlooking an ancient snake mound in the People's Republic of Benin. If he is correct, this is the tribal homeland of Tetelo's people. Gabriel, if the morning sky is still thick with mist.
It's not just you though, Gabriel, it's Wolfgang. He presumably came to the same conclusion.
Gabriel, the snake mound consists of an outer ring and an inner ring. Two snakes eating their tail.
I wish I could make that out here, but I can't. Like maybe these are supposed to be snake scales. Maybe something's going on over there. I can't make it out. Alright, let's try getting a bit closer. Ooh. So that's an entrance there?
The entrance to the snake mound looks dark and damp.
I think we might be dying a bit in this episode.
The rooms of the snake mound are made entirely from earth, formed centuries before into a wheel by sun worshippers. Mummy-like figures in contorted poses appear to be the only residents here. Gabriel wonders, was this a burial mound? Or does their presence serve some ritualistic purpose? Vines, some as thick as Gabriel's wrist, hang down from the damp earthen ceiling. That way leads out to the mound exterior. That way, there's an earthen archway to the north.
So I need to draw a map.
The rooms of the snake mound are made entirely from earth. An etched stone is on the wall.
It looked like a button to me.
An etched stone. The walls bear ancient paintings, the handiwork of the sun worshippers, no doubt. Vines, the walls.
I've got a terrible feeling about this place. Was that 12 screens, including this one? One. Wait. No, the Rob was on the fourth one. I don't recall seeing that massive thing on the second screen though. So what, 9, 10... I wish I hadn't skipped that. 12. Yeah, okay, so it looks like there's 12 rooms here. That rod is on the fourth one. And I can see a bunch of stuff that I can potentially pick up, interact with. I think the narrator said Gabriel has a creeping feeling that we're being watched. Are we on some kind of timer here, perhaps? I can go down this way as well as go around. And I assume I need to potentially play with these things on the right-hand side to somehow get into the inner ring.
Mummy-like Gabriel.
Okay.
Gabriel cannot operate the mummy. Gabriel would rather not mess with that mummy.
That guy just comes to life.
Gabriel, moving that would do little good.
Okay, so let's start looking at some of these things.
An etched.
That has 10 snakes on it. 12? Is this literally like, say, 10 o'clock? 7. Oh god. Let me make a map. 1 moment. Right. Oh, skip that again, damn it. I'm gonna load that. I want to see, well, I want to let them play out. What do we have in here?
An elaborate mural with a mask design has been carved into the wall in this room.
Right.
Mummy-like figures give the room mummy-like give the wall. On the floor is an etched stone. On the floor, in the center of the wall painting, is a square sunken area. Holes about the size of a quarter appear in the wall there. From off in the mound echoes a sound like the scuffle of a shoe.
We are not alone here. Okay, let's pick these up.
This stone looks interesting.
What's on these? 2 and...
The stone is etched with a peculiar snake design.
2 and 5, okay.
A long rod lies in one corner of the room.
Let's pick it up.
It's shaped a little like a snake.
An etched
That's 6. Just writing down a rod here as well. I won't be showing this map because it looks awful.
The long rod is shaped like a snake. The head of the rod is the snake's angled triangular head.
I'm guessing I can maybe place this rod into those holes we see, even though they're very small.
The rod does not appear to open. There are some strange symbols on the rod, but Gabriel doesn't know how to interpret them.
Right.
An etched
3. Not seeing a pattern yet.
in the center of the wall.
That one's empty.
An etched
Oh god. That's 12. So we picked up 2, 4, and 5, correct? Just making a note of that.
a shadow flickers in the corner of Gabriel's eye.
If I stay here long enough, will I just die?
An etched stone is on the wall.
That's 9, and I just need to go back and check the previous room, because I may have screwed up my map. This was 12, correct?
An
Good. So the next one is 9. I've not written down the stone locations. 5, 6, 7, 8. We've been through 8 rooms so far. Another missing plate. And this one is... Oh my god, really? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another one, what the fuck? The thing is, we can't just take for granted that this thing came off that. I don't think it's going to be that simple. That looks like 11. That is 11. And I just wrote down 11 there because I'm an idiot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've been through 10 rooms. I just need to put a little bulbous part on my map there until I can redraw it.
And it's...
That's a big old 1. And let's see if I can figure out the last room at least. So I picked up...
From off in the mound echoes a sound like the scuffle of a shoe.
I was just looking through all this and I've forgotten what this one was. We picked up 11. What was the other one? This was 8, wasn't it? I have to count again. I'm so sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I count 8 there. So looking at my map, what I've drawn so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wait. Have I miscounted? Motherfucker, I've miscounted. Okay, how many spots do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I need to recount this. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I've clearly fucked up somewhere. So this one is 10. That one is 7. This one is blank. This one is 6. This one is 3. This one is blank. That one is 12. That one is 9. That one is blank. That one is blank. That one is blank. Okay, I see the problem. There's 3 blank in a row here. I really don't want to stop the video here because me coming back and solving a puzzle instantly looks like the most suspicious thing in the world. But I do know we're coming up on time shortly. Let's see if we can get ourselves killed.
The rod fits into the hole in the stone. Nothing happens.
Give me a moment, so I'm just going to redraw my map.
A shadow flickers in the corner of Gabriel's eye.
Not now, narrator. Alright, recording now, but I'll need to redraw it and put something nicer in here later. The immediate issue I see is that I don't see a pattern. I can see that 10 and 12 are opposite each other, along with 9 and 7. If I go north...
A shadow flickers in the corner of Gabriel's eye.
If I go north from here, we've got 7, and then a gap, and then 6. I don't see what to plug where.
It's stuck.
Let me make sure all of these are stuck. I wouldn't put it beyond this game to potentially give us the ability... Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Okay, that changes everything, doesn't it? That's 1. We've got 3 blanks. Then we've got 9. Then we've got 12.
It's stuck.
12 is stuck.
An etched stone is on...
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. Okay, I think I got it. So this one has to be 11.
It fits.
Let's remove the 3 and replace this with a 10, which will be that one. Let's remove the 9, not the 9, sorry. Let's remove the 6 and replace it with the 9. The 8 goes here. That one there, that horrible one. And then below us, we've got 7, which is the door. We're just going to arrange them in a circular pattern in order. Which one's 6? That one? Don't care. I know what I'm doing now, I think. That would be 5. That's 4. Three. 2 and 1. The real question is, do I need to do anything with this rod? Apart from using it on the 7 door. Yeah, we got points for that. That's half the solution at least. It's now was. It's not lost on me that all of these screens have symbols on the right hand side, symbols of the sun. And we're in a temple which was worshipped by sun worshippers. But I've got a feeling we just need to use it on the door. If we need to use it elsewhere in some kind of order, then I've got no idea. No. We got points for that though, so I must be onto something. If I stick tab A into slot B enough times, something magical will eventually happen. That's what I've been told anyway.
From somewhere off in the mound, Gabriel hears a soft click, then a rumble.
Uh-oh. I have a feeling that did something.
There's no time.
I really want to know where I am. Which... Holy crap!
I really don't want to be dead. Can we try that again?
We can absolutely try it again. I'll get to... I assume that door opened, so I'll get to that door. But problem is I don't know which one I just interacted with. So this is 1. You know what, I've got no fucking idea where I'm going.
And
that's 1. Let's go down. That should be 2, correct?
And
12, okay. And then this is 11.
And
Alright.
why, Gabriel?
Which one brings all these zombies to life? That's 8. Yeah, I assume this door opened when we hit that switch, wherever it was. I assume this is just trial and error to find the right one. 6. 5. 4. I think it was this one. I think it was 3.
From somewhere off in the mound, Gabriel hears a soft click, then a rumble.
Uh-oh. I have a feeling that did something.
So I need to either go 4 up or 8 down. Can I look at you?
The mummy-like bodies have animated, and they appear intent on one thing. Gabriel.
Can you say that a bit faster, please, narrator? Okay, so this is 12 or 1. Right, so if I go up here twice, this should activate. Unless I need to hit some of the other ones first. Good. Alright, so wouldn't it be nice if I could talk to the mummies?
Questioning the creature seems a little futile at the moment.
Agree, let's go. Right, can I get you away from the doorway, please? Because I believe I just need to go up from here. Whoa.
The
wait.
exit is blocked.
What?
I really don't want to be dead.
Oh no, do I need to go down and or do I need to maybe use the rod elsewhere again? That room was blocked. Let's try going down. I've got no control. Okay. I'm not sure what to do. I'm guessing maybe I need to use this rod elsewhere. I will have to call time on this video shortly, I'm afraid, but I'll give this some thought. I'll try a few things next time.
From somewhere.
I think this is definitely the way to go. Yeah, this room... I mean, the fact that there's 3 zombies in here, or 3 mummies, makes me think that I'm going the right way. Maybe I just need to use the rod on the right-hand side. But getting there is going to be problematic. I mean, just walking up there, for example, is getting me killed. I assume I've got no way of fighting them back.
The dagger will not work on the mummies. They're already dead.
Yeah, but that's not going to stop me from trying. There might be a diagonal path there, maybe.
Too late for that now. The stone cannot be deactivated that way.
Alright, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Dang, okay. They're moving around a lot. And it seems like at a certain point, it's just like, nope, screw you. We're going to kill you regardless. Alright, I'll need to come back to this, I'm afraid, but next time we'll figure out how to do this and move on with life.
Gabriel.
Yeah, it seems like if I just walk into certain locations, it's instant death. Alright, back soon.
I really don't want to be dead. Can we try that again?
Next time, perhaps.